Hi, I'm Deanna DiBenedetto at the Woodstock Film Festival. Tonight we're at the Emerson Resort and we're viewing Vincent D'Onofrio's new film.
He's going to introduce the film, but I wanted to come up and say how great it is to be at the Woodstock Film Festival and for letting them let us do this. So we appreciate it and thank you all for coming. And here's Matt Pinfield, my favorite DJ.
Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, thanks so much for coming to Woodstock Film Festival, everybody. Want to let you know that once the film is over, we're going to have a quick Q&A too that Vincent will be doing up here about the film. And also, the band that's involved in this film will be performing right after that Q&A in the building right next door. Okay, so you can go over there. And then when that's all over, there's also a filmmakers party tonight, which is back in the inn. And we would love you all to come back here and be a part of that this evening. Now, I'm such a huge Vincent fan, and I was very happy to be asked to come up here to do this tonight. And I got to say, it's a great idea. The concept is one that Vincent came up with, and he put this film together with his friends Sam Bisbee, of course, who also wrote the music, and Joe Vincent. Those guys wrote it together. They're fantastic. So let's do it for them. It was really a collaborative effort. Part of the movie was actually shot up here in New York in Kingston, in this area. But also, one of the things that's cool about it is these guys were all getting together, hanging out at Vincent's house, kind of running around in the woods, backyard, and 12 days later, they had this film. So, without any further ado, I'd love to introduce it to you. Here it is. It's Don't Go in the Woods, everybody. Let's hear it from them. Come on.
Ask. I'm all right. Okay, good. Let's go. Anything? Yes?
Did you see the band live and that inspired you to write this?
Three of the guys, Matt Suman and Nick Thorpe, were in a band called The Dirty Dirty. That band no longer exists. They're all off doing their own things, but I heard them play on my nephew Hawk's Facebook. MySpace. MySpace. And then I had them over my house to play a couple of Sam's songs, and I cast them immediately. I kind of switched around the politics in their band and turned it into my band, but that's how those three guys got cast. And then Sam brought in the other players, Casey and Georgia. And the women in the film were, the art director of the film, Janet, she worked in a cafe around the corner from my house. And two of the girls in it used to give me coffee at that same cafe. And I hired them from there. Basically, the film was cast like that without a casting director. All they needed to do was, the one thing they didn't have to know was how to act. And they just needed to know how to sing. So basically, everybody eventually that got cast in the movie was over my house, right? And sang for my wife and sometimes and Sam and Joe and I.
Nice job.
Thank you. Anything else?
Where did you shoot it? Where was it shot?
We shot in Kingston, off of Lucas Avenue.
So was this an idea you had like in your head for a while to make something like this, and then it just kind of came?
No, I was, we were prepared to do another film. We have this other thing in production called Johnny and Me, which requires Johnny Cash music. Johnny Cash is a big part of the movie. It's not a movie about him, but when you see the movie and it's made, eventually, you know what I mean. But it was taking a long time to get that together. So I started getting bored, and my wife and I were driving back from Kingston. We have a house in Kingston, and I thought, how can we make a film right away? And I said, well, what do I have? I said, one of my good friends is really good lyricist, musician, and a friend who's a writer, and I have me, and I have 100 acres of woods. So why don't I make like, really bad horror film in the woods. And then I thought, well, why don't, since making a musical. And so a couple of nights later, I saw Sam. My wife and I were having dinner with his wife, Sam, and I leaned behind my wife, and he leaned behind his, and I said, I have a new idea. He said, what is it? And I said, it's a horror musical. He said, oh, okay, we'll do it. And a few weeks later, Joe came over, and we went up to the house in the woods, and we ran around in the dark a little bit, and then figured out a story. And we wrote it in a couple of weeks. And then we shot it in 12 days, and for as little money as possible.
Vincent played a game in the woods with a flashlight. He would tell me to stand with the flashlight in the woods with the flashlight on, and he would be 30 feet like over there. Then he'd say, turn the flashlight off, and then turn it back on again. When I turned it back on again, he was right there.
They were city folks, and I had to realize. And the woods are fucking dark.
So did the music determine the actions, or did the action determine?
Well, in my, there was always a couple of Sam songs that I heard him play live and that I always loved. One of them was Hurricane. And so I knew that had to be in the movie. And there were a couple more songs that were already written. And then we wrote, Sam wrote some for the rest of the film.
Joe did some songwriting on
And
this.
Joe did some songwriting.
The guy again, he's dead, he's not dead.
I know, right? I know, right? Who's? One of mine, yes, thank you.
That sledgehammer is awesome. It's made out of styrofoam. You could scare the shit out of people. You can do it full force at someone's head and they think it's a real sledgehammer.
First movie, so.
Making movies is hard. Right?
Taking movies.
You guys, I'm going to go get the band plugged in while Vincent finishes the Q&A. Right?
We bought that car for like $1,000. Actually, we didn't buy it, we rented it. While we were shooting, we bought it, right? We messed it up so bad.
After you came up with the slasher idea and then the songwriting together, how did you eventually figure out how to slip that commentary and the music business in there?
That's a thing that transcends the music. That's a message for all artists. You gotta go deep and you gotta kill all your darlings, and that's just the way it is. It's nothing new. It's a very critical message for artists that are around for a long time. It's a perfect plan for this movie. Yeah.
Which of the killings did you most enjoy filming?
I think one of our favorites is the sleeping bag. It's just never been done before, and we don't know why, and it's just so perfect. And I actually, the sledgehammer that you see is actually the director hitting the actors. That was me doing that.
It's only your first film you want to kill the actor.
I'm an actor myself, so it didn't take a lot to convince me. Anything else?
What was the movie that you looked at as references to that?
I'm sorry?
You looked at both musicals and horror films as references, not a lot. What were the movies that inspired you?
Well,
Like, what did you
I
look
mean,
at?
I'm not a big musical guy, you know. I mean, I am like the only musicals I ever really liked were. I mean, I liked Vincent Minnelli films because I thought he was a really good director, but it's got nothing to do with this. This film was more influenced by. There was a film called High Tension, which was a French film. That, in order for the story to work, you have to take this huge leap of faith. It makes actually no sense because you just watch the whole film and then you need to take this huge leap of faith. But it was, the context was so strong that it works in the movie. You got to see this movie. It's attention, like I said. And I thought, well, you know, it's interesting because I've done a lot of movies as an actor that you have to take a huge leap of faith in, and I know that it works, you know, and I wanted to try it myself. That was a big influence. Now, what was the other, the British horror film? Yeah. It's a British one. Severance. We really liked that movie too. It's about these business people that take a trip to the woods. It's very
Stanley Kubrick have any input on the direction of this film?
only that, you know, he's like the best filmmaker ever. You can't help but, you know, lie, steal, cheat, try to get anything you can of his. I mean, you know, things happen by accident sometimes. You know, you don't really know what you're doing until you see it. And you know, now like when I watch the movie and I see Matt's face with his eyes turned up, and you know, it's very, you know, it's very Full Metal Jacket. It's very Clockwork Orange. And, yeah, it's interesting, but it's film. Should we go listen to some music? What do you think?
Another baby on the way, and you hear me on the radio someday.
So how do you think it went?
I don't know. I thought it went okay. What do you think?
I think it was great.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. So how do you
Did
feel
you like
about it? How do you feel about your film being in the Woodstock Film Festival?
It's great. It's perfect because the film was shot here, so it's you know, it's shot in Kingston, so it's really nice. I think.
It's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.